It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Johnny Wilson. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudner. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now the first carry here for the running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Powering forward. That'll go as a pickup of 8. The Eagles at 500, sitting at 5-5. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing is Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hurts sets up to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Here's Hurts to throw.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end.
Hurts.
Underneath to his tight end, Wilson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. He'll drop to throw. Smith catches left side. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He finds his man complete. It's Snyder. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Now, these two teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series.
They'll look to throw again. Short throw to Smith. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In motion goes the tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Blair. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The Cowboys offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now back to throw. He's got Smith here. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On third down, Roper. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Back to throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They'll set up a throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Pitch and catch to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Throwing is Hurts.
He completes it to Wilson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw.
He's into the secondary.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And that'll make it 13-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Up the middle they go. Roper. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. second and long. Short throw to Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Blair. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll throw now on the final play. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. Trevor Lawrence leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set to go once more. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Snyder. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. This 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man complete. It's Snyder. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They're going to look to throw. Short throw to Smith. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. The tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
At the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Hurts.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Roper. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Gaines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
He finds his man complete. That's Snyder. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Snyder. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On first down, Roper. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Dallas.
Now a handoff up the middle. Roper, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Roper. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 15-yard line.
Offense.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. That'll give him 8 that time, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And out now come the Eagles. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Well, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. It's Snyder. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now back to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wilson, the tight end, goes in motion. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. In motion, the tight end. Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And that will be incomplete. Pass knocked away by Javon Holland.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That was a good play, an incompletion that feels like a disappointment. The ball was tipped in the air, a chance for an interception, and you can just feel the home crowd coming together thinking, this is the big play we've been looking for. And when it falls to the ground, a little bit of disappointment, even though it was a good play.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle complete. That's Snyder. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 7. Up the middle they go. Roper. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 44. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Cowboys on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. 2nd and 5 now. Hurts. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Across midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, it's Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. They run the counter. Roper. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 6. 1:51 on the clock. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And finding the tight end, Wilson. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Escaping the pressure. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Throwing is Hurts. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here we go. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Now 1st and goal. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can...
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory.